sun's just starting to break over here a little bit. We're going out to the edge of a field. There's one long tree that kind of sits in this corner of a field. It's got some native browse in it. We're going to probably throw a little corn out in the same area, a few acorns. The deer are working up and down around this fence. And we've got kind of an old school setup here. There's some old 2x4s and a boat seat and a ladder stand up there that we'll use as a camera stand. Great cover. Wind's going to be good for us. We're going to see a lot of deer. This is, we may not see them all in range, but we're going to see a lot of deer. They just kind of work through this whole area along this ridge as the morning goes. It's a target of opportunity hunt. Lots of bucks in this area, there always is. And so we're just going to work our way out there, get set up, talk about all the gear and equipment that we use when we bow hunt, why we like to use it, and how we use it, and maybe we'll even get lucky and get drawn.
Wade is seated high in an oak on a tree stand overlooking a small clearing. It's early October in the Texas Hill Country, and we're still a couple of weeks away from the rut, but the acorns are falling, drawing the deer out early to feed before they retreat back into the woods to bed down during the heat of the day. Well, it wasn't long before a group of does and a handful of small bucks showed up, followed by a wide chocolate antlered 9-point. Wade's seen this buck before. He's good representation of a Central Texas whitetail and pretty much the king of his domain. It's early in the hunt, so Wade was content to just sit and watch as the deer milled about. Eventually, as the sun got higher in the sky, it was like someone flipped a switch, and most of the deer left the field, heading back into cover.
Well, we've already seen a few little bucks and does. Around this corner, you can kind of see where the fence runs along here. They kind of fences this off so they can keep cattle out of here when they're planting oats or other crops. And it's just a natural corridor all the way around here. A lot of deer come through here. You'll just see here. We've heard does grunting and bleating to their fathers. We've seen a couple of small bucks hop in and out of the corner. I haven't even been able to really look behind them because we had some does really right underneath us early on, looking for acorns, I assume. And so we're definitely started a good morning. We're kind of setting this stand a couple times coming up because the wind and the conditions are right for this little ridge. And we'll talk about bow hunting, talk about what all we use, why we use it, why we like it, and lessons learned, good and bad. And, hopefully before it's all said and done, we'll knock something down that'll make for an exciting end to our story.
Wade and his cameraman are in the Yamaha Wolverine, heading back to the tree stand he hunted that morning.
This model here works great for 2 or 4 people, 3 people, 1 person, however you want. You can adjust these seats. And when it's just Jeff and I filming, we usually push 1 seat up, leave 1 back. We can put all of our gear in here. Got plenty of room if we get lucky and shoot a deer. And have lots of room still for all of our gear. Our plan is a simple hike across this field. Get up into that stand, get settled in. It shouldn't be long, I wouldn't think, before we'll start seeing deer. We'll go from there. Go put the blackout to work. That stand is really set up nice for what we're looking at doing, and the wind couldn't do any better. We had 2 or 3 deer in there today that this morning were really good, that were shooters. That we just couldn't get a shot. They were posturing, running around feeding, never got in the right hole. But one of them even came back 2 or 3 times, gave us a chance, but never the right one. So.
We're in the field, deep in the hill country of Central Texas with Wade Middleton. It's early October, and that means archery season. Wade's high up in a tree stand with his blackout bow outfitted with the Garmin Xero A1i Pro bow sight and digital laser rangefinder. Sitting in the same stand he hunted from this morning, he's interested in a specific buck. A 9-point with chocolate-colored antlers, and he doesn't have to wait long. With the buck in close, Wade draws back on his blackout bow. Looking through the Garmin Xero A1i Pro, the buck turns broadside. Wade lines up and lets it fly.
He is smoked right there. What a cool hunt. You know, this morning was phenomenal. We got in here and we saw a lot of deer. We saw a lot of deer tonight and moving around and covering lots of ground. And it's just a matter of getting the right angle, getting everything to come into play for you. And that certainly did right there. I mean, that's a really nice Central Texas 8-point wide, cool times chocolate antlers. He's pushing everything else around and we made a great shot on him. I mean, that is about as awesome as it gets.
Wade's going to give that buck a little time before beginning the recovery. Heading back to the Yamaha Wolverine, he'll stow his gear and take a break. While he does, we'll toss it back to Chad for more on the revolutionary Garmin Xero A1i Pro.
The Xero auto-ranging digital sights were designed to solve the problem of getting the correct range at full draw on an animal that could be potentially moving, and then providing the exact pin per that range to take the shot. So, you know, with a traditional rangefinder, you know, you hold it up to your eye, you get the range, the number says 37. If you've got a fixed pin sight and maybe you've got, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 set up, you still have to do a little bit of gapping to shoot something that's 37 yards. With the Garmin, you're gonna get a pin that's gonna hit 37 yards exactly.
And if you're a crossbow hunter, the Garmin Xero has a model with all the same great features and functions. Check it out.
The cool thing about the Garmin Xero is you get data after you shoot. You know, we just shot a buck out there at 32 yards and it tells us everything that was going on right there. And you can even project waypoints to your watch off of this. I mean, the data you get off of this is amazing, and I still go back to one of the coolest things ever is when we were in all the prototype early development of the original Xeros, when we would you know, work with the engineers. They would send us updates to our computer and you'd plug in your site and update things that they added to it, and you still do it with this one too, but this is the latest generation Garmin Xero here, and you've got all kinds of extra mechanical adjustments. Everything is menu driven. I mean, it's so easy to set this up.
Getting back to Central Texas and Wade's hunt, sitting in his tree stand, he got the shot he was looking for. His arrow hit right on target and the field cleared.
Smoked. I think he's right there. I think I see his belly. Right there. I mean, that's 85 to 100 yards right there. That's about what I thought. I mean, he got hammered when we hit him. Oh yeah. Look at this guy right here. What a great 8-point. That's gonna be the exit right there. What a great 8-point right there. I love that. That is so cool. Gosh, there's nothing more fun and gratifying than making a good shot that kind of, I don't know, it validates all the practice. And man, bad things happen in bow hunting at times. I mean, you can practice and practice. I mean, I've hit them in places that just amaze me how fast they die, and I've hit them in places where it didn't. This one here was just a total pass through. He was running dead the moment that arrow hit him. And that's just, I mean, to me, it's just so gratifying. When you pay attention to all the equipment in bow hunting, and there's different levels of budgets and different levels of gear that make sense for everybody, it really kind of helps pay out when you can match it all up and make it all work. And whether you got the highest technological advancements in bow hunting or you're buying a package bow, you practice, you prepare for that moment, you stay within the realm and the capabilities of the equipment and yourself, and you'll have moments like these that are just phenomenal, that fill the freezer, make good memories and stories for everybody, and you go away satisfied. And this is one of those one of those moments.
And that wraps up another great hunt on Americana Outdoors. If you enjoyed this episode, then check out OutdoorAction.com for the complete library of shows. You'll also find plenty of other outdoor content to tide you over in between adventures. To learn more about the Garmin Xero A1i Pro bow sight and digital laser rangefinder, then head on over to Garmin.com.